To dye my hair jet black, I used this bucket, 2 boxes of box dye, got to be glued hairspray, and of course the wig. I already have a video up of me installing the wig, and I'll link that up here, so go watch it. The install came out flawless. But okay, let's go. Let's start. I'm dancing. I love my hair. The first thing I did was spray the Got To Be hairspray all over the lace, and this is a HD lace from my collection. I learned on YouTube that if you spray Got To Be lace on the lace when you dunk the hair in the hair dye, it won't turn the lace dark because the Got To Be is basically acting as a barrier. So I was extremely generous with this hairspray, as you will see. I also flipped the lace around and sprayed some Got To Be along the hairline as well because, girl, if my lace would have turned black, I would have been so mad, but it didn't. But here, I'm just blow drying the lace, making sure that it's dry before I move on to the next step. Next, I just followed the instructions that the box dye came with. I had to mix these two together, so I just did it for both of the boxes that I had. I got my boiling water, and this is when things went downhill. This Dollar Tree bucket literally started leaking. I was so confused. So I just had to like try to be resourceful because I was not gonna go buy another bucket. I did not have another bucket, so I found some tape, and I'm like, maybe this will help. And at first it looked like it sealed it. It looked like it was working at first, honestly. So I just hurry up and I did the same thing to both sides. I checked the back to see if it was doing it just in the front or in the back too. It was just doing it in the front. And then I got my second pot of boiling hot water, and I thought the coast was clear, but girl, it started leaking again, and I just was so confused. I tried to put some more tape on it, but at this point this tape wasn't even sticking on top of the other tape. I didn't know what was going on, so I just said whatever, I'm going to carry on. And I poured my dye in there. I used 2 bottles of dye because I watched 2 videos to prepare for this, one by Pink Danielle and another one by Tatiana V, and they both pretty much did the same thing. But I didn't take into consideration that my wig was 40 inches long, so I bought 2 box dye, but it ended up working out, honestly. And that's the color that it looked like initially, but it did get darker. So now I'm just slowly dunking my wig into the water. This bucket is still leaking at this point, but I'm like, I'm just gonna get as much time with the hair dye that I could possibly get, and if the hair don't turn black, it just don't turn black. I did fully submerge the lace at 1.2. I just didn't let it soak in the lace. Like, I submerged it and I'll take it out, and I'll like submerge it a little bit more and I'll take it out just to make sure that I got the hairline black as well. This bucket was leaking at lightning speed. Like, I basically wasted my hair, most of my hair dye on the table and on the floor and on the towel and on the shirt. I just had to move the bucket to the sink. And I'll say that the dye was on the hair for about 30 minutes before I had to just go ahead and wash it out because there was no water left in the bucket anyways. I hated my birthday nails, but I didn't want black dye around my fingers, so I just put some gloves on before I continued. And I rinsed out all of the dye as much as I can before I took the conditioner from the hair dye that I got, and I used the conditioner to further like condition and rinse out the wig. I let the conditioner sit on the wig for about an hour, and Girl, I promise. I put the bucket on the counter for as long as it took me to get the conditioner on the wig, and it stained the countertops. I had to Google how to remove box dye from kitchen counters, and they told me to use baking soda and vinegar, which I did not have. So I just used baking soda and apple cider vinegar, and I let that sit on the stain. And after an hour, I washed out the conditioner from the wig. Dyeing hair jet black literally requires no skill. It's so easy, and I'm the first person to tell anybody that I am not a colorist at all. I did have a lot of difficulties because of my bucket, but the hair still turned out black, very much black. This install right here is already posted on my channel, so go watch it. And I am having a sale on my website right now where all of my wigs and extensions are 20% off, so go shop. My next video will be showing you guys how I got my knots bleached, like bleached like this. So if you're interested in that, be on the lookout for that video because my wig was definitely giving Scalpiana. And for anybody invested in this stain, after an hour, I wiped away the baking soda and apple cider vinegar. Well, I scrubbed it away, and it was looking good, but I could have like got the stain off better. So at this point, I just mixed some baking soda and warm water together, and I applied it directly on the stain because it looks like the countertops were starting to get bleached, the area in the areas surrounding the stains. And after an hour with that mixture on top of it, you can't even tell something even happened here. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.